Welcome students, welcome to lecture number 19 where we will be continuing with module number 3 under subject financial management. So under this module we have already seen the theory part, we have already seen the basic concepts, the cost of debenture capital, the cost of preference capital, we have seen the theory part as well as we have covered the theory part on cost of term loans. Today we will be covering problems on cost of preferential capital and problems on cost of term loans. So before we move ahead to the problems, let us quickly revise the formulas to calculate cost of preferential capital and cost of term loans. So we know that cost of preferential capital is denoted by KP. So the formula for calculating preference capital, cost of preference capital is, first you have to check out whether it is an irredeemable preference share capital or it is redeemable preference shares. Suppose if it is irredeemable preference shares, then the formula is KP is equals to PD divided by NP into 100, where PD is your preference dividend, NP is your net proceeds, and into 100 because you are removing it, the answer in percentage. If it is a redeemable preference shares, the formula will be PD plus in the bracket RV minus NP divided by N, the whole divided by RV plus NP divided by 2 into 100. So where RV is your redemption value, that is the repayment value, and NP is your net proceeds. And always remember, dividend payable, this preference dividend is always calculated on the face value of preference capital. Next, we see in cost of term loans, pre-tax and post-tax. In pre-tax, what is going to be the cost of term loans? And remember students, cost of term loans is denoted by KL, where K is your cost, L is the cost of raising the finance through loans. So L, KL. Now, if it is pre-tax, the cost of term loans, that is KL, will be the interest rate. Similarly, if it is post-tax, the cost will be interest rate in the bracket 1 minus tax rate. So this was a quick revision of what we covered in lecture number 18. Now let us see problems on KP, that is cost of preference shares, and KL, that is cost of term loans. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. See, a company raises preference share capital of rupees 1 lakh by issuing 10% preference shares of rupees 100 each. Okay. Compute the cost of preference shares if they are issued at 10% premium and 10% discount. Okay. Now, first of all, can anyone tell me, is it a redeemable preference share problem or irredeemable preference share problem? Can anyone tell me whether it is redeemable or irredeemable?
Irredeemable.
Irredeemable.
Because the term for which the preference shares have been issued is not given. So obviously when the term is not given, when you do not know the specific period, it is irredeemable preference shares. Okay, now can anyone tell me what formula are you going to use for solving the A sub-question and B sub-question? What is the formula for you calculating cost of irredeemable preference shares? Yes. What is the cost for preference shares? It is preference dividend divided by the net proceeds that you're getting out of issuing the preference shares into 100. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what is the face value? From the question, can anyone tell me what is the face value of this preference shares?
1 lakh.
Yes.
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
1 lakh is the entire
1 lakh.
money that is being issued. That is the entire amount that is being
100
issued.
rupees.
But correct. So per preference share, the face value is going to be 100 rupees. Okay. Now, when percentage is prefixed to preference shares, when a percentage is prefixed, it shows that the rate of dividend that is fixed for the preference shares. So suppose if the company is issuing 10% preference shares, it means that the dividend that the company is going to pay to the preference shareholders is 10%, which is fixed. So whenever any percentage is prefixed before the preference shares, that percentage denotes the dividend. Okay, students. So the dividend is 10%. So can anyone tell me what will be the dividend per share? If 10% is dividend, 10% is always calculated on the face value. We have already seen in the theory part that dividend is always calculated on the face value. So first thing in the formula, if you see at the formula, KP is equals to PD divided by NP into 100. So go step by step, students. It will not be tough for you all to solve the problem. So when I say preference dividend, first you need to calculate this. It is already given 10%. So you have to take 10% of 100. You got the value of preference dividend. That is 10% of 100 is rupees 10. Next, net proceeds. Can anyone tell me if the preference shares are issued at premium, what is going to be the net proceeds? Can anyone tell me?
Face value plus a premium minus expenses on issue of preferential capital.
Very good. Now, is there any expenses on issue given in the problem?
No, ma'am.
In the
No,
problem, expenses, no. Okay, so we take it as 0. Now, for 10% discount, what is going to be the NP?
Face value minus a discount minus expense on issue.
Very good. So let us see the solution now. So we have found out what is PD. We have found out what is NP in situation A and as well as B. Now just let us put it in the form of solution. So solution, since nothing is mentioned about redemption, they are irredeemable preference shares. Therefore, the formula to be used is KP is equals to PD divided by NP into 100. So first working note you have to do is to find out what is the value of PD, what is the value of NP. Once you, through working note, once you derive at the values, you have to just substitute the values in the formula. So PD is nothing but preference dividend, okay, and it is 10% of 100 because dividend is always calculated on the face value. So 10% of 100 is rupees 10. Now, next is net proceeds. Now we are going to do the working note together for A as well as for B. So for A, it is issued at premium. So net proceeds is nothing but face value of preference shares plus premium minus expenses on issue. So what is face value of preference shares? Rupees 100 plus premium is 10% of 100 minus 0. Why 10% of 100? Because they're giving 10% premium. Again, I'm repeating, premium, discount, interest, everything is, or dividend, everything is calculated on the face value. So 10% of 100 is 10. So your net proceeds in case the shares are issued at premium is 110. Similarly, issued at discount. So as one student rightly told the formula for discount to calculate the NP, if the preference shares are issued at discount, that is face value of preference shares minus discount minus expenses on issue. So rupees 100 minus 10% of 100, that is rupees 100 minus 10, you get rupees 90. Okay. Now we have found out the figures, okay, what is required to be used in the formula. Now let us just put it in the formula. So a final answer, preference shares issued at premium discount. Even if it is issued at premium discount or par, the formula remains the same. The formula is not going to change. Only NP value is going to change. So if it is at premium, the preference dividend is 10, which will remain fixed irrespective the shares are issued at par, premium, discount. Your dividend is going to be fixed. So 10 divided by 110 into 100. So you get the cost of preference capital as 9.09%. Similarly, when it is issued at discount, you get the cost of preference capital as 11.11% because your NP you are taking it as 90 and not 100. Is this clear, students? Is this problem clear to everyone? Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Next, a company issues 10% redeemable preference shares of rupees 1 lakh redeemable at the end of 10 years. The underwriting cost is 5%. Calculate KP. Now here, first of all, what is the percentage, students? Here, what is the preference dividend rate that is given in this problem? Yes. What is the rate of
10%.
preference dividend here?
10%.
Okay. Next, what is the N, that is number of periods for which the preference shares are issued?
10 years.
10 years.
Okay. What is the expenses on issue? Is any expense on issue given?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Under
So it is 5%.
5%.
And this 5% or this 10% dividend, it is always calculated on what?
Face value of shares.
On the face value. Okay. Now, since it is already given redeemable preference shares, so you need not put your head to find out whether it is irredeemable or redeemable. Now, when it is redeemable preference shares, what formula are you supposed to use? KP is equals to PD plus RV minus NP divided by N, the whole divided by RV plus NP divided by 2 into 100. So how do you calculate your preference dividend? Now we will go on finding out the figures for each of these terms and then substitute the values in the formula. So first we have to find out PD. PD is nothing but 10% of the face value. So 10% of 1 lakh is 10,000 rupees. So as again I'm repeating, preference dividend is always calculated on the face value. Next is calculation of redemption value. Now students, in the problem, is it given that the preference share should be redeemed at par, premium, discount? Is any information given that how the redemption after 10 years is going to happen? How the repayment is going to happen either at par, premium, discount? Is it given? Yes?
No, ma'am.
So logically tell me, if nothing is given about the redemption, what will you take as RV?
Par.
Very
Face
good.
value.
So in this case, since the preference shares are redeemed at par and since nothing is mentioned about the redemption value, therefore RV is equals to the face value of preference shares, that is 1 lakh rupees. Next, we have to calculate NP. So your NP, are they given that the shares are issued at par, premium or discount? Yes, students?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So we take that it is issued at par. So NP is nothing but the face value of preference shares minus expenses on issue. So face value of preference shares is again 1 lakh minus expenses on issue is nothing but the underwriting cost, which is 5%, and it is always calculated on the face value. So 5% of 1 lakh. So rupees 1 lakh minus 5,000, which is 95,000. So we have found out each and every term that is to be used in the formula. Now we will just substitute the figures in the formula. So the final answer will be, formula is nothing but KP is equals to PD plus RV minus NP divided by N, the whole divided by RV plus NP divided by 2 into 100. We got the PD, that is preference dividend, as 10,000. RV is 1 lakh. NP is 95,000. Number of years is 10 years. And the denominator will be the average of RV and NP. So when you solve this particular problem or this particular formula, you get the KP as 10.76%. Now, how are you supposed to solve this step by step? First, you need to solve this particular portion which is there in the bracket, that you get it as 500. So to this 500 you have to add this 10,000. First solve the numerator, then solve the denominator, and then divide the numerator with the denominator. Then you need to solve the denominator, that is just add this 2 and take divided by 2, that is take the average of RV and NP. Then you get the numerator as well as denominator. Then you have to divide this 2 and then at last multiply by 100. This is how you solve this particular formula. Is this clear? Yes, students, is problem number
Yes, ma'am.
2 clear to everyone? Okay. Now problem number 3, 4 and 5 will be your practice problems. And by the end, like when we reach to the end of this module, we whatever sums I've given for practice in respect of debentures, preferences, or ahead, whatever I will be giving, that last class we will be solving all the problems. Okay, so just take a screenshot of this, students. I'll just read out. Till that you can take a screenshot. While Limited issues 14% preference shares of face value of ₹100 each at ₹92 per share. The shares are repayable after 12 years at par. The income tax for this company is 50%. So before you all solve it, let me just discuss this problem, because as in debentures, you will not got the correct answer. So let me first discuss this and then you all can solve. Students, now in this 14% preference shares is given. Can anyone tell me what is the rate of dividend that you're going to use here? Yes?
14%.
Okay. This 14% is going to be calculated on what value?
Face
Face
value of
value.
shares.
Face value.
Just tell me the figures so that when we discuss and then when you'll solve, you'll get the same answer as given in the screen. So this 14% you're going to calculate on 100. Then you're going to get what? Preference dividend. Okay. They are issued at 92 per share. Actually, the face value is 100, but they are issued at 92 per share. So tell me whether they are issued at par, premium, discount. And second thing, you'll have to tell me what is going to be the NP. Yes?
Issued at discount, ma'am.
Discount.
Okay. And what is going to be the NP here? We need not solve
Face
NP because
value.
NP is
Face value minus discount minus issued
92.
shares.
92 is going to be the
92.
NP because NP is directly given. Students, you need not find out. It is directly given. They're not telling you that 8 rupees is the discount and then you are going to use the formula and solve it. They're directly given you 92 is the issue price. So issue NP is nothing but the issue price. So 92, there is no expenses on issue. Otherwise, you would have minused it with this. Next, the shares are repayable after 12 years at par. So can anyone tell me what is going to be N? Now repayable means it is redeemable preference shares. So which formula are you going to use to find out the cost for redeemable preference shares? Yes. What formula are you going to use? Are you going to use PD divided by NP? Yes.
PD plus RV minus NP by N into 100 whole divided by RV plus NP by 2.
Into 100. Okay, so very good. You know what formula you have to select. Now in that N, what is going to be your N in that?
12 years.
Okay, now they are redeemed at par. So what is going to be your redemption value? What is going to be your RV?
Face value.
Face value.
What is going to be your RV?
100 rupees.
Yes, the income tax for this company is 50%. Now what do we know? What do we need to do to this sentence or information? Are
1
we
minus
No, dear. Income tax for this company is 50%. Do we need to ignore this information or do we need to put in the formula? You all know that there are only two formulas where T is not at all coming into picture. So what do we need to do with this information? Ignore it?
Ignore.
Yes. Students, remember, I've already told you all that preference shares have only two formula. One is redeemable for irredeemable. Income tax does not come into picture because I've already told you all the reason that after deducting income tax, whatever profit is remaining, that is distributed to the preference shareholders as dividend. So it does not come into picture. when you calculate cost of preference shares. Now, in this particular formula, in this particular question, you all know what is PD, you all know what is RV, you all know what is NP, you all know what is N. You all have to just substitute these figures in the formula and get the answer. Similarly, we'll discuss problem number 4. A company has 10% redeemable preference shares which are redeemable at the end of 10 years from the date of issue. The underwriting expenses are expected at 2%. Find out the effective cost of preference share capital. Now, in this case, what is going to happen, students? Since no information about the face value is given, is any face value information given in the problem? Yes?
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So you start your answer by, since no information about face value is given, we assume, or I assume, the face value to be rupees 100. So start your answer with assumption, because your information about face value is not given. Either you can take the assumption of the face value to be 100, 1000, 10,000, that all depends on your assumption. So we assume it to be 100. Now, when we know the face value is 100, okay, now this 10%. Now, if it is redeemable, then what all figure terms you need to know? You need to know PD, you need to know RV, you need to know NP, and you need to know N. Now, can any student tell me what is PD going to be here? What is the
10%.
dividend? Huh? Yes, what is PD going to be here?
10%. 10%.
Of what?
100.
10%
Redeemable.
of 100.
10% of 100 is your PD. Okay. Next, what is your RV going to be here? Now, is anything given that they are redeemable at par, premium, discount? No. So can anyone tell me what is RV going to be here? Quick, students. This is just
100 only.
100.
100.
What is your NP going to be here? What is NP going to be here?
Face value minus expenses.
Face value
98.
minus expenses. Very good. Now the face value is 100 minus 2%. That is 2% of 100. Okay, that is going to be your NP. Now what is N going to be your N?
10 years.
10 years.
Okay, so we found out all the terms, the values for all the terms. You have to just use those figures and substitute in the formula. You'll get the answer. Similarly, fifth one, if Ravi Energy Limited is issuing preferred stock. Now, preferred stock is nothing but, don't get confused in the exam. Stock is nothing but the collection of all the shares, is nothing but your stock. Okay, and preferred means preference shares. Okay, so if they give this in the exam, don't get confused as to what is preferred stock. And they are at last they are asking what is KP. So by KP you should understand they are asking you cost of preference shares capital. Now, if Ravi Energy Limited is issuing preferred stock of rupees 100 per share with stated dividend of rupees 12 and flotation cost of 3%, what is KP? Now, students, here directly dividend amount is given rupees 12. So you need not see what is fine. You need not see that there is no rate given. How do I solve this particular problem? Yet directly dividend is given rupees 12. Okay. Now can anyone tell me which formula are you going to use, of irredeemable or redeemable?
Irredeemable.
Irredeemable. And the formula is very simple. It is nothing but PD divided by NP into 100. You know the PD is directly given 12, rupees 12. NP. Can anyone tell me what is going to be your NP here? Yes?
103.
What is going to be the NP?
97.
That is 100 minus expenses on issue. That is flotation cost 3%. So 100 minus 10%, 3% of 100, that will give you 97. So you know what is your dividend, you know what is your NP. So you solve it, substitute the figures in the formula, solve it, you will get KP. Now, I want you all to... Yes?
Third question.
Ma'am, how the third question is irredeemable? Like how we can
Third,
understand it is
third question, this
irredeemable?
one. This,
Yes, ma'am.
because they're telling it is repayable after 12 years. When this sentence repayable after 12 years is given, it means it is redeemable preference shares.
Okay, and the fifth one, ma'am?
Fifth one, this is irredeemable. Why it is irredeemable? Because is any information about repayment of preference shares given? Is the number of years for which it is issued given? Is N given? The number of time period for which the preference shares is issued? See, here no
No, ma'am.
information. So if no information is given, how will you treat it as redeemable? Because for redeemable formula, you require N, you require RV. Since nothing is, no information about redemption is given, even if they would have told if is issuing redeemable preference stock, no, they have not used the word redeemable, repayment, specified period for which the preference shares are issued. No information is provided. So with that, we can easily come to know that it is an irredeemable preference shares. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us see a sum on cost of term loans. Sony company is considering to raise funds by taking 15% loan of rupees 10 lakhs from HDFC Bank. The income tax rate is 30%. Calculate the cost of loan pre-tax and post-tax. So here what they're telling is a loan is taken from HDFC Bank of 15%. Okay. Now Sony company's got finance of 10 lakhs in the form of loan, but what is the cost that it has to incur to get this loan of 10 lakhs? So what is the formula for pre-tax? Nothing but the interest rate. So can you tell me pre-tax, what is the cost of loan pre-tax? Can anyone tell me? Yes.
Interest.
Now again, when I say 15% loan, means the rate of interest on the loan is going to be 15%.
15%.
So enough. Here I've already told you that the cost of term loans pre-tax is going to be the interest rate. So can anyone tell me what is going to be the cost of term loan in respect of pre-tax?
15%.
Yeah,
15%.
so simple answer. There was no calculation at all. So why so much of time did you all require to answer? It is 15%, as you rightly said. Similarly, post-tax means after tax, income tax rate is given 30%. What is the formula post-tax? It is interest rate in the bracket 1 minus tax rate. So let us see the solution. Pre-tax, it is only the interest rate. The formula is interest rate. So KL. Now KL stands for cost of term loans, which is 15%. And post-tax is nothing but interest rate in the bracket 1 minus tax rate into 100. Why into 100? Because we have to find out the cost in percentage. Now, the interest rate is given as 15%. So we are writing 0.15. Can anyone tell me what is the tax rate given in the problem? Yes.
30%.
30%.
So it is 30%. So 1 minus 0.30 into 100. So when you solve this particular formula, you get the cost of term loans to be 10.5%. Is this clear, students? Yes.
Yes,
Cost
ma'am.
of term
Yes,
loans is
ma'am.
very simple. There is nothing much. Okay. Now moving ahead to the next problem, which has to be solved by all, but we will discuss it now. Okay. A company is considering to raise funds of rupees 10 lakhs by one of the below two alternatives. So the company wants rupees 10 lakhs, 100 lakhs, students. Okay, and it is having two alternatives. So one alternative it can raise this 100 lakh by taking a loan, 14% institutional loan, or by issuing 13% non-convertible debenture. Okay, now let us see the further information. The term loan option would attract no major incidental cost. So the term loan is having no incidental cost at all. But the debentures would have been issued at a discount of 2.5% and would involve the cost of issue of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, advise the company as to the better option based on the effective cost of capital in each case. Assume tax at the 50%. Now, students, how do we solve this problem? First of all, let us understand what they're telling in the problem. They're telling that a company wants 100 lakhs. It has two options. That is, either it can raise this 100 lakhs through loan, or it can raise this 100 lakhs by issuing debentures. They have given you information about loan, information about debentures. They are telling you which is the better option. Now, students, without looking into this particular problem, can you all tell me on what basis will you come to know which is the better option? Logically, on what basis will you
Low
come to
interest,
know? Yes,
low interest rate.
based, first of all, you will find out cost for both. You will calculate cost of term loans, you will calculate cost of debentures. Okay, you will compare the cost. Whichever cost is lower, you will select that particular option. Now, is this logic understood? First, you will calculate KL, then you will calculate KD. You will compare KL and KD. Whichever cost is less, you will suggest the company to go for that particular alternative for raising the finance. Okay. Now let me discuss this. Okay, students. 14% institutional loan, tax rate is given 50%. How will you solve KL? Can anyone tell me what formula will you use to solve KL and how will the solution be? Yes, students. How will you solve KL? You know KL is either pre-tax or post-tax. Now, since your tax information is already given, so which option will you go? Which formula will you use for calculating KL? Pre-tax or post-tax?
Post-tax.
Post-tax. Okay. So in your solution, when you all are doing at your home, what you will need to do is first for A, okay, calculation of KL. In calculation of KL, you will first write the formula. KL is nothing but interest rate in the bracket 1 minus tax rate into 100. Okay. Can you all tell me what is the interest rate you all are going to take?
14%.
14%. In the bracket 1 minus tax rate, what is the tax rate you are going to take?
50%.
50% into 100. So when you solve this particular problem, no, sorry, uh, particular cost in respect of KL, you will get the KL as 7%. Okay. Now, but the solution is to be done by all, because at the last lecture of mine, I will be seeing the solutions as well. Okay. Now, did everyone understand part A solution? Yes, as we discussed. Yes, students. Okay, now let us see the solution for 13% non-convertible debentures. I'm just discussing this, okay, because I don't want your answers to go wrong. Okay, now, can anyone tell me first of all whether it is a redeemable debentures or irredeemable debentures?
Irredeemable.
Redeemable.
Can in debentures we have seen there are 4 formulas. For irredeemable, 2 formulas. For redeemable, 2 formulas. Now, as you all rightly said, it is irredeemable debentures. Now, you all can you answer my next question, whether it is post-tax or pre-tax formula? Which formula are you going to use? Pre-tax or post-tax?
Post-tax.
Post-tax.
Very post-tax. That also is correctly answered by all. Now, next. Now, what is the post-tax formula? It is the interest rate I divide. Yeah, tell me, students, if you know.
KD is
Yes.
equal to I divided by NP into bracket 1 minus T into 100.
Very good. Now first let us see what is I. So can anyone tell what is I here? See students,
13%.
13%. But 13% of what are you going to calculate? Of 100 lakh rupees. Okay, because they want to raise 100 lakhs. So it is 13% is already given. Okay. Now next, divided by NP. Can anyone tell me what is NP here? The debentures would have been issued at a discount of 2.5%, which involves the cost of issue of 1 lakh. So what is going to be our NP? Face value minus discount minus cost on issue. So face value is 100 lakhs minus discount, which is nothing but 2.5% of 100 lakhs minus 1 lakh rupees. So this is going to give you the NP. Is it correct? Yes, students, is this understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is what? Into 1 minus tax rate. So what is the tax rate you're going to take?
50%.
Yes.
50%.
So you get 0.50 into 100. So when you solve the KD, you will get your answer as 6.74%. Now, can anyone tell, already answer is here, but the solving part has to be done by all. Can anyone tell out of these two options, which option should the company opt for? The KL is 7%, the KD is 6.74%. So according to you all, which options should the company go in for?
Option
B.
B.
What's the reason why option B?
Low cost.
Very good. Since it carries a low cost, that's the reason the company should go for this option. Because under both the options, 100 lakhs, you're going to get the finance of 100 lakhs only. But the cost involved is lesser while issuing non-convertible debentures. Therefore, the company should opt for this. Is the problems for practice understood by everyone as we have discussed? Is it clear to everyone? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you so much, students. We are done for the session for today. Thank you.